Since we are going to be talking about objects, let's go ahead and create a new Java project. We're going to go ahead and name it Objects, create a new class, and let's go ahead and call that one Run. The Run class is what's going to run when we execute our program. And let's go ahead and create a new class, and we're going to call this one Cell Phone. Capital first letter on classes which are going to be used in order to make objects, and we don't need to check that. Alright, so we have an empty class here called Cell Phone. The typical example that I see, or that I've seen multiple times when learning about objects, is to use objects to create a car. Now, I'm going to do something a little different. We're going to use objects to create a cell phone. So here we have our class cell phone. What we're going to do is we're going to create a constructor method. Now, a constructor method looks like this. All it has in its signature is the name of the class, just like that. And what happens with this is whenever a new cell phone object is created, the constructor class is going to get run. So let me show you how that works. System.out.println you made a new cell phone object. There. Okay, let's go back into our run.java and go ahead and make a new cell phone objects. How do we do that? First, we put the type of object we're making, give it a name. My cell is equal to new, and then cell phone. There we go. Hit play. You made a new cell phone object. Now, let's say we want to give the cell phone object a type. Maybe clamshell, maybe slider, maybe smartphone. Okay? So, how do we do that? Well, first, let's make a new variable, string type. And let's give it a default value. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and overload this constructor method by making an identically named one with a different set of arguments. So let's see, string my type. So whenever it gets run, whenever a new object, a new cell phone object gets created, and as an argument there's a string, type is going to equal to whatever that string is, and we're going to go ahead and system.out.println you made a new cell phone object with type, like that. So let's go back into run and create a new cell phone object. Cell phone my smartphone is equal to new cell phone. And smartphone. Just like that. Hit play. You made a new cell phone object with type smartphone. Alright, good. Now, let's see what else we can do with an object. So let's go back into cellphone.java. I'm going to go ahead and create a new method. Public void print type. Okay, now notice I didn't put static in here. It means I can't use it from within this class. And all this is going to do is system.out.println. Println, and then let's just put type. Okay. So how do we do this? How do we access this print type method? Well, we have two objects here. We have a mySmartphone object and a myCell object, both of which are cell phone objects. So myCell.printType. See what happens. Okay. Now, say we can arbitrarily change the type of cell phone. Maybe we are a handy do-it-yourself person, and we can hack our cell phones and change them from being smartphones to being dumb phones or something like that. And say we want to do public void set type. So in here we're going to have a string my type. You can name it whatever you want, and we're going to have type equal to my type. Now, alternatively, what if we want to get the value of the type returned to us as a string? How do we do that? Public string get type. Okay, and it's going to return type. Okay. And let's go back to run. See what we can do. Okay, so myCell print type currently has a default. Okay, so let's say we figure out that myCell is actually a clamshell. So we put set type, and inside here we're going to put clam shell. Okay. Now we hit play. Nothing's going to happen because this didn't actually print anything, but we can do something like this. System.out.println my cell is of type, and then in here I put my cell dot get type, and that's going to return a string, so that's all going to be okay. That's going to be joined with this part of the string right here, and hopefully it'll print out clamshell. My cell is of type clamshell. So this was just one example of using objects, and again, the easiest way to learn about them is by doing examples. At least that's what has worked for me. So in review, we have our constructor method right here, cell phone. We have an overloading constructor method here that takes a type. We have a method that prints the type, and we have a setter and a getter method that sets the type and gets the type for whatever class is using the object. Now, can we do this? myCell.type equals to awesome. Yeah, we can, but it's usually not advised to do this. Something I might cover in another video. Usually we want to use get and set methods in order to access the properties or attributes of the object. So that was just a basic introduction to using an object. Hopefully you learned something from it, and I will do another example on this topic, hopefully.